Hi guys, welcome back to Pypro versus YouTube channel where curiosity meets the code. Today we'll be seeing how to create a colorful notepad application. But before that, we'll be checking the packages pre-installed in my system. So the first command that I'm going to execute in command prompt is pip list, where you can see all the packages with the versions. So I can give a look about what package is what version and update it accordingly. So you can take a look onto your packages. If not installed, please do install it. You can just Google how to install and there will be a command for that to execute in command prompt. Another command to check for all these is pip freeze, which gives a similar output where packages with the version will be mentioned. So let's get started with the code. Starting with importing all the necessary libraries, which includes tkinter. So you can see tkinter is imported as hash, allowing us to use them mostly without prefixing the with tkinter. And from tkinter, we have import color chooser, file dialog, message box, and simple dialog. These are used for including a color chooser, file dialog, message box, and simple dialog, which are useful for various GUI interaction. And from tkinter.file dialog import ask open file name, comma, ask save file name. This line imports specific functions such as ask open file name, ask save file name from the file dialog submodule of tkinter. These functions are used to open and save the files through the dialog box. And we have from tkinter font import font. This line imports the font class from the tkinter module, allowing us to customize the font properties to text widget. Next, we have root.tk. This line creates the main window of the application, and we have root.geometry 500 into 500. This line sets the initial size of the main window to 500 into 500 pixel, and we have root.title given as color notebook. This line selects the title of the main window to the color pad, and we have root.config bg is equal to black. This sets the background color as the black color. Next, moving on, we have to create a text widget. So we have text is equal to text root font Arial 14 BG black FG white and intersect background as white. So this line creates a text widget inside the main window with the specified font, background color, foreground color, and cursor color. And we have text dot pack expand is equal to yes, fill is equal to both. This line packs the text widget into the main window, allowing it to expand both horizontally and vertically to fill the available space. So moving on next we have to create a menu bar. So we have menu bar is equal to menu root. This line creates a menu which is that will serve as the menu bar for the main window, and we have root.config menu is equal to menu bar. This line will configure the main window to use the menu bar created in the previous line. So moving on, we have to create a file menu. So for that, we are using file menu is equal to menu bar and tier of 0. This line creates a drop down menu or sub menu under the menu bar represented by the variable file menu, and the tier of 0 parameter prevents the menu from being detached from the main menu bar. And we have menu bar dot add cascade label file menu. This line adds the cascade menu label file to the menu bar. The menu parameter specifies that the file menu will be displayed when the file menu is clicked. Next, we have a function of def new file, where you can see this line defines a function named new file. Then we have if message box, ask yes, no. So here, new file, are you sure you want to start a new file? This line displays a message box with a yes or no question. It prompts the user whether they want to start a new file. If the user clicks yes, the function proceeds. Then we have text dot delete 1.0 end. This line deletes all the text in the text widget. 1.0 represents the start of the text and the end of the represented end. And we have root dot title color notepad. This line sets the title of the main window as to color notepad. And we have color file menu dot add command label is equal to new command is equal to new file. This line adds a command to the file menu labeled new. When this menu item is clicked, it executes the new file function. The explanation continues in similar manner for each subsequent line. Let me we'll move on to the next one, which is open file. So you can see the firstly def open file. This line defines a function named open file. We have file path is equal to ask open file name default text tension text.txt file, and file tab we have text files and .txt all files star. This line opens a file dialog window using ask open file name function, which allows the user to select a file open. The default text tension parameter specifies the default file extension to use if the user does not specify any one. The file types parameter defines the file types that the dialog will display, and we have if file path. This line checks if the file path was selected by the user, and we have a try and except loop. So the try except block to handle any potential errors that may occur during opening a file. We have with open file path R as F. This line opens the selected file in read mode R using a with statement ensuring that the file is properly closed after use. The file object is assigned to a variable F, and we have text dot delete 1.0 END. This line deletes all the text in the text widget, which is text. We have text dot insert END f dot read. This line inserts the contents of the open file, which is f dot read, into the text widget starting from the end of the current text represented by the end. And we have root dot title color notepad and the file path. This line selects the title of the main window to the color notepad followed by the name of the open file, and we have exception as E. This line catches any exceptions that occur during the file opening and assigns the exception object to the variable E. And we have message box dot show error string. This line displays an error message box with the detailed exception E. If any error occurs during the opening of the file, it prints an error message. And we have file menu dot add command label open. Command is equal to open file. This line adds a command to the file menu label open. With this menu item is clicked, it will execute the open file function. Now let's move on to the next function, which is save file. So here you can see def save file. This line defines a function named save file, and we have file path is equal to ask file name. Default text is the same as the before one. This line opens a file dialog window using ask file name and function, which allows users to specify a file name and location to save. The default and text extension parameter specifies the default file extension to use if the user does not specify one. The file type parameters defines the file types as the dialog will display. We have if file path. This line checks if the file path was specified by a user. And we have try and except loop. This line starts the try except block to handle any potential errors occurring during saving a file. And again, as usual, we have with open file path W as if this line opens a specified file with write W module using the with statement ensuring that the file is properly closed after use. The file object is assigned to a variable f, and we have f dot write text dot get 1.0 and this line writes the contents of the text widget text to the opened file. We have root.title f color notepad. This line sets the title to the main window to the color notepad, followed by the name as the saved file, which is file path. And we have accept exception as E. This line catches any exceptions that occurs during the file saving and assigns the exception object to the variable E. And we have message box dot show error string. This line displays an error message box with the details of the exception E if an error occurring during the file saving. And moving on, we have file menu dot add command label is equal to save command is equal to save file. This line adds a command to the file menu labeled save. When this menu item is clicked, it will execute the save file function. Let's move on to the next function, which is save file as. So we have def save file as. This line defines a function named save file as. File path is equal to ask save file name default extension dot txt file type. We have text file dot txt file, all types of files. This line opens a file dialog window using ask ab's file name function similar to previous save file function. If file path, this line checks if the file path was specified by the user. And again, as usual, we have try and except loop. This line starts a try except block to handle any potential error that may occur during the file saving. And we have with open file path w as f. This line opens the specified file in the write mode W using with statement similar to the save file function. And we have f dot write text dot get 1.0 and this line writes the contents of the text widget to the open end file similar to the save file function. And we have root dot title note color notepad and file path. This line sets the title of the main window to color notepad followed by the name as saved file similarly to the save file function. And exception except as E, this line catches any exceptions that occurs during the file saving and assigning the exception object to the variable E. And we have message box dot show error string. So this line, if there is any like error or any kind of obligations while saving the file, it shows you the error message. And we have file dot add command label as save as command is equal to save file as. This line adds the command to the file menu labeled as save as. When this menu item is clicked, it will execute the save file as function. And we have file menu dot add separator. This line adds a separated line to the file menu separating the save as commands from the exit command. And we have file menu dot add command label is equal to exist command is equal to root dot quit. This line adds a command to the file menu labeled exit. When the menu item is clicked, it will quit the application by calling the root quit. So moving on, we have create and edit menu. So down if you see, so in create, we have edit menu. Menu is equal to menu bar tier of 0. This line creates a drop-down menu under the menu bar represented by variable edit menu. The tier of is equal to 0 parameter prevents the menu from being detached from the menu bar. And we have menu bar dot add cascade label is equal to edit menu is equal to menu edit. This line adds a cascade menu label exit to the menu bar. The menu parameters specify that the edit menu will be displayed when the edit menu is been clicked. The next function that we are having is undo. So firstly, the line defines the function named undo and we have try and except loop. We have text dot edit undo. This line attempts to undo the last edit action before performed in the text widget. And we have except. This line creates catches and exceptions that occurs during an undo operation and pass statement is given. This line is a placeholder indicating that no action is needed if any execution occurs during an exception occurs during an undo operation. And we have edit dot add command label undo command undo. This line adds the command to the edit menu label undo. When this menu item is clicked, it will execute the undo function. So moving on, you will see the second the next function as redo. So def redo, this line defines a function named redo. And again, we are having try and except loop. Firstly, we have text dot edit redo. This line attempts to redo the last undone edit action performed by the text widget. And we have except, and again, we have given pass, so there is no action required if there is any exception in running the program. And we have edit dot add command label is equal to redo, command is equal to redo. This line adds a command to edit menu labeled redo. When this menu item is clicked, it will execute the redo function. And we have edit menu dot add separator. This line adds a separate line to edit menu, separating the redo command from the find command. So let's move on to the next function, which is def find. So firstly, def find, this line defines a function named find. We have search dot string is equal to simple dialog as string. This line prompts the user to enter a text to find using a simple dialog box provided by simple dialog as string. The user input is stored in a variable search string, and we have if search string. The line checks if the user entered a search string. Search string is equal to search string lower. So this line converts search string to lowercase to perform the case insensitive search, and we have start is equal to 1.0. This line starts sets the starting point of the search to the beginning of the text widget, and we have while true. This line starts an infinite loop for searching. We have start is equal to text dot start search start and stop index end. This line searches for the occurrence of search string to the text widget starting from the current position. The search stops at the end of the text. The position of the found text is stored in the variable start. If not start, this line checks if the search string is not found, and we are breaking off the statement. So this line exists if the loop is searching string is not found. And we have end is equal to f start plus length of search string c. This line calculates the end position of the found text by adding the length of the search string to starting position. And we have text dot tag add highlight start end. This line adds a tagged name highlight to the found text in the text widget, which allows applying formatting to the highlighted text. We have start is equal to end. This line updates the starting position for the text search iteration to the position of the current found text. And we have edit menu dot add command label find common find. This line adds the command to edit menu labeled find. When this menu item is clicked, it will execute the find function. And let's move on. So next part of the program is to create the format menu. So you can see firstly format menu is equal to menu bar tier of 0. This line creates a drop down menu which is submenu under the menu bar represented by the variable. Format menu, the tier of is equal to 0 parameter prevents the menu from being detached from the menu bar. And we have menu bar dot add cascade label format menu is equal to format menu. This line adds a cascade which is a drop down menu labeled format to the menu bar. The menu parameter specifies that the format menu will be displayed when the format menu is clicked. And we'll see the next function, which is to change the text color. So here you can see def change text color. This line defines a function named change text color, and we have color is equal to color chosen dot ask color title choose text color. This line opens a color chooser dialog using the color closer dot ask color, prompting the user to choose a text color. The chosen color is returned as an RGB tuple and it's stored in the variable color. And we have a if loop if color 1. That is, this line checks if the color was selected by the user. And then we have text.config fg color 1. This line confirms the text widget is set to the text color, that is the foreground, to selected color. And we have format menu dot add command label is equal to change text color, command is equal to change text color. This line adds a command to the format menu labeled change text color. When this menu item is clicked, it will execute the change text color function. And moving on to the next function, we change background color. So you can see firstly def change bg color. This defines a function name change bg color, and we have color is equal to color chosen dot ask color title choose background color. This line opens a color chosen dialog using color chooser dot ask color, prompting the user to choose a background color. The chosen color is returned as a RGB tuple and it's stored in the variable color. And we have a if loop again checking if color of one this color is selected by the user, and we have text.config bg is equal to color one. This line configs the text widget to set the background color to the selected color. We have format menu dot add command label is equal to change background color. Command is equal to change bg color. This line adds a command to the format menu label change background color. When this menu item is clicked, it will execute the change bg color function. And the last function we have change font. So def change font, this line defines a function name change font, and we have font is equal to font family Arial size of 14. This line creates a font object using the font class from the tkinter.font module. It specifies the font family as Arial and font size as 14. We have new font is equal to font actual. This line retrieves the actual font attributes from the font object created earlier and assigns them to the variable of new font. And we have new font is equal to font family is equal to new font family size is equal to new font size. This line creates a new font object with the same font family and the size as actual font attributes obtained by from the previous step. And we have text.config font is equal to new font. This line configures the text widget, which is text, to set its font to a newly created font, which is new font. And we have format menu dot add command, which is label change font, and we have command is equal to change font. This line adds a command to the format menu label change font. When this menu item is clicked, it will execute the change font function. And finally, we have root.main loop. This line starts the main event loop, allowing the application to receive events and response to user interaction. So let's quickly see the output of the program. So as usual, I'm going to go where the program is stored, copy the name of the program, go to command prompt in the same window, and Python space file name dot py. You can see there is a color notepad, and the initial we have given as white and black as the text and background, and you can type, you can change the colors of the background. We have new file, open, save, undo, redo, find, and format, change text color, everything is present. Thank you so much for watching. If you have learned something from this video, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.